The ongoing misadventures of somebody yelling at a camera in the park. This is Tell It Someone. First question, of course, from Michael M. Hey DT, when will it stop raining? I want to play hopscotch, but this chalk keeps getting washed away. Okay, well, look, the rain has stopped. All that rain last week has stopped, but unfortunately, the footpath got washed away. And it's like a big sheet of mud now. So, yes, you can play hopscotch, but you can't use chalk. You're going to have to use a stick and carve the squares into the mud and then play in gumboots or something. And it's going to be muddy and messy. I like it messy. Next question, of course, from Endocrom. Why do ghosts have clothes? Shouldn't they be naked? Well, you see, ghosts are visual manifestations of the consciousness of the dearly departed, as I recall from documentaries like Ghost and those television shows like Groped by an Angel or Stairway to Hell or one of those things. Anyway, what happens is that when they do die, but their tasks are unfulfilled, then they're going to have to find some sort of psychic who can actually see them and help them go on their way to the afterlife. For example, let's say last week I got hit by lightning and was replaced by an exact replica of me. So, what happens is... I'll deal with you later, okay? Okay, I'll deal with you at the end. And now, let's say that they were completely unfulfilled in their final tasks in life. Well, that means that somebody who has psychic abilities is going to have to help them fulfill their last wishes in life, and then they get to go on to whatever comes next. That is, unless television has been lying to us. Next question, of course, from Joe Freddy. Where is the bus? It's exactly where you left it. Well, it will be exactly where you left it. That's what happens. The bus goes there and drops you off, and then you go and do whatever you're going to do, and then the bus comes back at about, around here it's at 2:15 and 2:45. Whatever hour it is, it's 2:15 and 2:45. Anyway, you just go back to the bus stop and it will be there eventually. It's called object impermanence or something. Next question from Joe Freddy. What is the collective noun for Instagram users? Well, of course, it could be grammars. No. Grammars go on Facebook these days, don't they? Well, they're mostly boomers these days because, it's a little bit... It's gone a little bit, downhill since, the things happened. And now it's going to be all Twitter that's going to go downhill really rapidly. I like it messy. Next question from Nish Brown. Can you outlast the cabbage? It depends on how hungry I am and what sort of recipes you've got. Next question, Matt Yabs. I'm thinking about sending your mustache to Ukraine to fight the Russians. I'm going to guessing you have something to say about that. Well, look, my mustache, I'm a little bit attached to it, and if I go and fight in Ukraine, I'm going to need to cheat. That's all. I'm going to need to cheat. I don't know how I'm going to cheat, but, it's war, and the Russians are going to have to, they're going to have to pay somehow, because, they're the bad guys, again. Sometimes, they were the good guys once, and that ended badly, 40 years later. Next question from Professor Magma. Are you the new Aristotle? Well, that ended badly as well. Eventually, at some point. And I don't want to, that sort of thing, I don't want it to happen to me because I am unfulfilled, my life is unfulfilled. So I'm not ready to go like Aristotle did. I can't remember how he went because I forgot to look him up. Was he the one who drank the... Diogenes was the one who with the bowl. I know that. Next question from Dog Whistle Sharam. Do you think that the current ongoing pole shift will increase rapidly after it passes 40 degrees from where it should be? And will this happen in 5 months' time? Well, the pole shift. The Polish guy like 2 doors down, because he shifted. Like he was in Bayswater or something. Then he moved here. I mean, if Russia does get all the way through to Ukraine, then a lot of Poles will be shifting because they don't want to be next to Russia because they're next. They're going to be invaded next by Russia. So there's going to be a lot of Poles shifting. So that's why that's why you got to try to make sure Russia doesn't win. Because you don't want those poles shifting. Next question. John Nolan. Are grapefruits better than reading a nice book by the fire? Well, it depends on which book. You don't want to set the book on fire. You can, however, set a grapefruit on fire. That's fun. Nobody expects grapefruits to be flammable, but if you get a lighter and you rub the skin of the grapefruit a bit, and then it just goes straight on fire. It just burns. It looks. I can't demonstrate it here and now because I don't have any grapefruits. This is grapefruit flavoured though. Tastes like fire. Even pink grapefruit tastes like that. I'm dangerous. No. What? That's it. Tell someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, then ask me a question in the question asking below. And of course, there's this dovetail question, of course, over here, which is over there. It's a dovetail question, which it helps to drive engagement to actually ask you a question, and then put it on the screen next week. Yeah. There's the dovetail question, and it's me from last week, remember? I died. I got hit by lightning. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, what was I going to say? The dovetail question's still there, so you can answer that. I never did have a cool sign-off. I was dangerously talented. I never had a cool sign-off. Have I faded out properly yet? Damn ghosts, they don't have thumbs that work. I'll do it myself.